And this is what happened.
So he's gone wide in one and straight to the scene of the accident on the outside of two.
Just let us know if you can, if you're okay.
Yeah, all good.
Turn one, heading up. Verstappen was just starting a hot lap.
Now I bet he gets wide. This is turn two. He's going to go out on the curb here. And no, he lost it in the apex. He didn't even get as far as getting too high on the curb. And takes a bite out of the wall. It plucks the front wheel off, which is always a nasty angle.
So the Sauber goes through. Hartley ahead of Gasly. Gasly gets very, very close, and Hartley was in the way as Gasly couldn't slow the car down in time.
Okay, close the door.
Oh, Verstappen on the inside of Vettel, they have touched!
Max.
That was inevitable from the moment Verstappen decided to go for it. Kimi Räikkönen has managed to scoot past Lewis Hamilton by the looks of it, but Sebastian Vettel hit by Max Verstappen.
You locked up and then just turned it very sharp.
So it is to cut in there as Räikkönen and Ocon, and near collision. Ocon is out of the race. Kimi Räikkönen into Esteban Ocon down at turn 3.
Okay, the Ferrari crashed me totally in the wall.
Copy that.
Max, I would imagine, not wanting Daniel Ricciardo to get anywhere near a slipstream or a
He needs to keep him over the left.
but he's going to try and dive down. The inside, they have crashed. They've gone into each other. Daniel Ricciardo late braking. So some might be stopping, some might not. Give us your verdict on who was at fault there. Trying to get temperature into the tyres. What's happened here, Paul?
Oh, he's just blocked it himself. Trying to get temperature.
Someone's gone off, quite a few have gone off there. You can see Sergei Sorokin threading his way through, and that looks like Roman Grosjean very much out of this race. What has happened to the Haas driver? He's collided with Nico Hülkenberg. Let's have a look. Alonso getting a bit out of shape, sides down the inside, and then Grosjean loses it, spins 360 degrees, and Hülkenberg could do nothing to avoid him and goes off the track, losing his left rear wheel.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah. Are you okay, man? Yeah, I'm okay.
Leclerc behind has a problem. Leclerc behind has got the problem. We need to open the gap as much as you can. We are doing a good job.
What is Leclerc's problem? And is Leclerc actually going to go for it here? And oh, he can't stop! And he has gone straight on into Brendan Hartley. You could see that that was coming.
As he hit the brakes, puff of black carbon dust, and brake failure then. It won't slow down. It did actually rub the barrier.
Hamilton leads, has contact in the back. Someone's lost some debris, and Bottas is turned round. Verstappen goes on the inside run. Sebastian Vettel's lost places too, and that's Kevin Magnussen of the Haas making up a few places that he's got to get back. Hamilton, Verstappen, Sainz, Ricciardo.
Still another 5 cars off the racetrack.
Lost a wheel. Sorry, Martin, to butt in. It's a Force India of Esteban Ocon.
So remember, he's got the ultra soft tyres on the Ferrari. That's helping in the second phase and start. He's got a great slipstream behind Lewis Hamilton. And look, Bottas much braver on the brakes. We lock up and knock him out of the race. And that was then Gasly dropping the back end of the car and just oversteering.
Oh, he's gone off. And a big crash there for the Toro Rosso. Now, what happened here?
That's what the halo's for, of course.
It started to dig into the gravel. As soon as it goes on board, nothing now Hartley can do about it, and lucky that it didn't flip over. Vettel from Bottas and Hamilton! Hamilton's gone round and he's clashed, and Kimi Räikkönen involved as well. That is massive disappointment for the British crowd. Kimi Räikkönen crashing into Lewis Hamilton. The stewards are giving him a 10-second penalty. And someone's had a big off as well at the start here.
Turn into me, mate.
You okay, man?
Yeah, but
Yeah, we see it, man. It's not nice.
Set of tyres and out of the race, Sebastian Vettel. He has been leading almost from start to finish. And there is no runoff area there once you go wide, and that is bitter disappointment for Sebastian Vettel, who retires from the lead of a race for the 5th time in his career. And Sebastian Vettel seized his moment, and the opportunity has come. Oh, and it touched! He wasn't quite far enough ahead!
Thinks he's got him covered, and he hasn't.
So was he completely clear?
Hamilton moves over to cover off Sebastian Vettel, and there's locking up in a crash, and Fernando Alonso goes over the top there of Charles Leclerc's Sauber. I was going to say, Martin, if ever you want to ask yourself why the halo is in Formula One, now is a chance to look, because Fernando Alonso very well protected from what could have been a very nasty incident. Okay. He got hit from behind by Hulkenberg, didn't he? Oh, that's a big crash as well, and that's the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. Red flagged the session. Session suspended, and Paul, there was absolutely nothing he could do. The car just went on under braking, just stepped out from underneath him.
When you have spectacular ones like that, the energy's dissipated over a long distance with all the bits and pieces flying off as well. It's not a sudden stop. They're the ones that really hurt. So whilst it looks spectacular, as long as nothing comes into the cockpit to get you. Kimi Raikkonen side by side, look at Hamilton alongside Vettel. Oh, so close. He'll struggle to get round there.
They touch, Martin. Hamilton and Vettel has been spun round. Disaster for Sebastian Vettel at the start of this race. He touched with Lewis Hamilton going through the chicane. Hamilton came off best. Sebastian Vettel losing places. He's down in 18th.
Hamilton hung it around the outside, and somehow it's Vettel that went around. That incident is under investigation. Will they perceive that Hamilton squeezed Vettel?
Vettel wanted to drift over to the right.
Gave him a fair old whack, didn't he? That is why it pendulumed round then.
Well, this is a great view to see here. Hamilton's turning in, normal line. Vettel wants to drift right, normal line. They're not going to go both through that normal line.
No way, through the first three corners. Back Verstappen ahead of Sebastian Vettel into the wall. Goes Esteban Ocon. Did he make contact with his teammate Sergio Perez?
This is up through Dunlop, tailwind. Oh, we just ran out of road. And you're a passenger.
Never going to end well.
As through and smooth goes Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen, and Sebastian Vettel has come off worse as the two cars make contact. It is all happening to Verstappen at the moment.
Behind him, this is a quick corner. You can see Verstappen leaves him in space, but he's overdone it. He's committed. Hit the inside curb and round he goes.
His teammate Sebastian Vettel has made up a place on Daniel Ricciardo as well. A flying start for the two Ferraris. Vettel is now past Ricciardo. Can Ricciardo fight him back? Vettel outbroke himself just a little bit, and it's now going to be nip and tuck as there's more contact down at turn 12, and another car spinning off. As Ricciardo into Sebastian Vettel. They've rammed each other. Sebastian Vettel, as it happened at Suzuka, has now been spun 180 degrees in the next race as well.
Ferrari always goes round when it gets a touch on the front axle.
Grosjean outbroke himself.
Yeah.
So just ahead is Kevin Magnussen, and now Alonso going into Stroll.
I don't know how much damage I have. These guys are impossible to race with.
That is Max Verstappen, the race leader, and he has spun coming down the hill, and there's a Force India there as well. Is that Sergio Perez?
Just watching it on board here. Not really sure what the Force India was trying to do at that point in a back marker.
That was Esteban Ocon. Apologies to Sergio Perez. It was Ocon down there. Here's the onboard with Max Verstappen. Down the inside he goes.
What an idiot! What an idiot!
Into the chicane, Ricciardo brakes latest and makes the corner, but Leclerc really fancied with some top speed down there and moved, and that is the Renault of Hulkenberg going over and over and over and out of this race, and that is Nico Hulkenberg against the barrier. Flames coming from the back of that Red Bull, taking a tumble and being punted off the track.
Are you okay, Nico? I'm hanging here like a cow.
Carlos Sainz, so Hulkenberg and Grosjean there, tangling. It was on the exit of the chicane.
Yeah, Roman Grosjean did nothing wrong there. And yeah, the rollover did a good job. You're going to have to get up very early in the morning if you're going to outbrake Daniel Ricciardo into a corner, as Charles Leclerc found out. So I would imagine that Grosjean was in the blind spot of Nico Hulkenberg there.
So he wouldn't have seen where he was, and his mirrors was taking what he thought would be a normal and best line through the second part of the chicane.
And also, as they're on low throttle angle there, he may not have heard it. Often you hear your rival before you see them when they're up alongside you. So, as I say, in my view, Romain Grosjean did absolutely nothing wrong. He was entitled to be there.